Hey folks, and welcome to the Truck King YouTube channel. No, I'm not Steven. I'm cameraman Liam, checking out the new 2024 F-150. So yes, unfortunately, Steve and Howard could not make it down to this event in beautiful Palm Springs, California, so they sent me in their stead. Now, usually I'm the one behind the camera or behind the computer screen editing these videos for you guys. Now, I'm not gonna be able to give you the same kind of expertise that Steven offers when it comes to trucks, but I have worked in automotive for close to a decade now, so I'm gonna do my best to show you guys all the features on this new F-150. So we're gonna go for a drive. We're gonna test out the BlueCruise feature on the PowerBoost powertrain. And then we're gonna come back here and we're gonna have a walk around with this, the Tremor. Stay tuned. Hey folks, now here we are driving along the beautiful streets of Palm Springs, California. We are in the F-150 with PowerBoost. This is the King Ranch. But we're going to talk about the engine right now. So this is the 3.5 liter V6 PowerBoost. It has 430 horsepower and delivers 570 pound-feet of torque. And that is all sent through a 10-speed automatic transmission. So there's two reasons why Ford put us into this PowerBoost hybrid to go for a drive today. The first reason, they want us to test out BlueCruise, which we're going to do shortly once we get up to the highway. But second of all, the hybrid is going to be a really big deal for them this year. They have stated that they're increasing production of their hybrid engine, and they want to go from 10% of their overall sales for F-150 to be hybrid. They want to boost that up to 20%. So that's a pretty big increase year over year, and they're planning to get there in a few different ways. Ford currently has the best tow rating for any full-sized hybrid, and that is 11,200 pounds. So you can tow a ton of weight on this thing, just a little bit less than the 13,500 pound max tow rating available on some of the other F-150 models. And then Ford's other plan of attack to increase sales is that they're actually offering the PowerBoost at a no-cost extra compared to the regular 3.5 liter EcoBoost. And for a lot of consumers, I think this is going to make a lot of sense. I mean, you're getting the increased power. This has more horsepower, more available torque than the regular EcoBoost engine. You're also getting some of the gas savings with the hybrid engine. And then, in my opinion, another standout feature of their hybrid system is the fact that they have Pro Power on board. And that's going to be standard with every PowerBoost. Sorry, there's a Ford Raptor just blew by me. That's why it's so loud. Anyways, Pro Power on board. I think it's going to be a great feature for Ford going forward, whether it's for work or for recreation. Having the power in the back is such a standout feature. And so you might be asking just how much power you can get out of the back of this truck, and the answer is it depends. So standard on all PowerBoost engines, you're going to get 2.4 kilowatts back there. But you can also get the option to go up to 7.2 kilowatts, and that is a ton of power. You could run a ton of power tools or cooler or even power large appliances from the back of this truck. And that's a huge boon, and it just shows because 3 out of 4 PowerBoost customers are choosing to go for that 7.2 kilowatt hour option. So clearly the consumers are loving this feature. It's in high demand, and Ford, I think, stands above the rest of the manufacturers when it comes to getting power out of the back of this truck. And another interesting fact about this engine, it's quite powerful. I mean, 0 to 60, it's only 0.1 seconds slower than the Ford F-150 Raptor. So that just goes to show you just how powerful this hybrid powertrain is, and I think it's trying to deliver the best of both worlds when it comes to power and efficiency and fuel economy. Okay, I just merged onto the highway. Let's feel the power. Oh, yeah, no, that feels pretty good. That torque is almost instantaneous with that hybrid setup. Feels really good. I just merged with no problem at all. And now that we're on the highway, I can try out this BlueCruise feature. There's a massive amount of roads that are available, and I'm on one right now, so I'm gonna set my cruise control on, and right there, it's saying it's hands-free, ready to go. Now I need to monitor the system, and there is an array of sensors inside the cab to watch me, make sure that I am paying attention, and it can actually see through my sunglasses, so that's okay, that's not a problem. And here we go, driving along. Now, one of the interesting features that Ford talked about today, which I hadn't heard of before, is that when you're passing a semi-truck like I just did, we all have a tendency to kind of shift over in the lane to give them a little bit more space. And that was always one of my frustrations whenever I used a autonomous driving system. It just wasn't smart enough to know to do that, right? It would just center itself in the lane, no matter what was going on around it, it would just stay centered. And yes, the vast majority of the time you want to be centered in the lane, but situations like this, I got the big truck coming up, it will, if it needs to, slightly veer off to the side. I think it just did it actually. That's pretty impressive. I'm cruising along at 74 miles per hour, the speed limit's at 70. I'm in the middle lane, and now I'm coming up on some slow moving traffic. I'm gonna try and do a lane change. I'll put on my left turn signal, and the truck just changed lanes for me, just like that. Turn off my signal, and there we go. I actually sent it right again by accident, but I canceled it, we're all good. And yeah, here we go, we're still hands-free. I did not have to do anything. Obviously the vehicle looks around to see if it's safe to make that lane change, and then it will change the lane for you. That's a pretty neat feature. Now, just last week, me and Steven were actually in Oshawa, Ontario with GM, and we tried their Super Cruise system, which is very similar, all the same kinds of features. Theirs seems to be a little bit more tailored towards trailering, but a lot of the same features are available across both systems. Now, it's interesting to see how they compare and contrast. Now, it's tough to compare just because we were driving with GM on the 401 in Toronto during like mid-morning rush hour, so it was very stop and go. We actually got to see that system stop and start quite smoothly, whereas right now, obviously I'm out in Palm Springs in the desert. This is a big wide open highway with barely anyone on the road, so I think this is like an easier test in some ways for BlueCruise, but honestly right now I can't find any faults with it. Some of the lines on the road right now are even a little bit faded and like kind of painted over. You can see where some of the old lanes were in the middle of this lane here, and you know what, the truck seems to be figuring it out no problem. But now that I've talked all about the BlueCruise feature, I want to give you a little sneak peek of the F-150 Tremor, which we'll be driving tomorrow, but I got to do a walk around with one of the Ford guys from their marketing department, so let's cut to that now. Okay folks, we're here with Austin Davis. Hi Austin, could you tell me exactly what you do at Ford?
Awesome, yeah, well thanks for having me. So my name is Austin Davis. I'm the F-150 brand manager at Ford Motor Company, so just work on all things F-150 and just telling everyone kind of about the truck out here in Palm Springs. Talking specifically right next to me here is the F-150 Tremor.
Awesome, and could you tell me some of the new styling features for the Tremor this year?
Yeah, so F-150 Tremor, just like all 24 model year F-150s, have a refreshed design in the front, so we have new grille executions across the entire lineup. So this specifically, like I said, is the Tremor. So you see is we have the new coast-to-coast grille, so it wraps around these headlamps here. And then this famous kind of Tremor distinguishing, so you have the Tremor off-road. How does it distinguish itself appearance-wise? You have this orange accent all the way across. It actually connects to your headlamps here, and this orange runs all the way across your truck, signifying it's a Tremor, and that orange kind of badging continues down the truck with your fender badge, your sticker on the box. And also inside the truck, it has Tremors on the floor mat, or even on the seats to identify that it's a Tremor.
Very cool. And I also want to ask you about this new Ford logo, because the first time I saw it, I actually thought it was illuminated, but it's just a very bright, reflective material. So is there a design change here that I'm unaware of? What's going on with this thing?
Yeah, so this is the new Ford emblem on F-150, so it's actually the first vehicle to have this new design. It's like, as you said, it's a little more flat to the vehicle. So the previous one kind of came out a little bit. This one's much more flat, and then there's more white accents across, so it really pops. We really like this, this logo for 24 model year.
Awesome, very cool. And can you tell me about some of the new off-road features on the Tremor?
Yeah. So Tremor, so the one that's new for 24 model year is this new modular front bumper. So this bumper's available on Tremor 402A, and it's also on the Raptor. So what this bumper does is it allows you to connect some Ford accessories to kind of customize that off-road experience, whether it's like a light bar or something like that. So that's one thing that's new for 24 model year. You kind of look over here on this poster, there's also lots of features that have been on the truck, like trail control with one pedal, trail turn assist. So lots of features to really enhance that off-road experience. So you take it out, go some rock crawling or something like that. Tremor has lots of features to help you accomplish that and have some fun on the trails.
Very cool. Now do you want to head to the back of the truck? I think there's a pretty special feature you want to show me, right?
Yeah. So in 24 model year, one thing that's new is the new Pro Access tailgate. So that comes in, like I said, just on the 24 model year. So it has this swing gate execution right here. So if I close this up, first and foremost is this tailgate still functions like a normal tailgate. It can go down, has power up, down, just like the tailgate, like a typical tailgate can still be used for that. But one thing with this is a lot of F-150 customers tow. You're connected, like in this example here, you have your ATVs, you're gonna go out on a trip, and you get here and you inevitably wanna unload. But what's tough is if you bring this tailgate down like normal, you're gonna hit this trailer hitch right here. So with this Pro Access tailgate, there's a swing gate here, and it can open up here to allow you to access your trailer and your equipment, your fuel, whatever you need without having to drop it and hit this or detach the trailer. One thing, and you notice that it stops right here. This is very specific where it's stopping. It's stopping at 37 degrees. So what this does is it stops right before this trailer jack, and you still have this access to reach into the truck and grab what you need. Obviously we have a trailer jack here, so I can't go further, but it also opens to 70 degrees and all the way to 100 degrees to give you full access if you have that big cooler you want to pull out or something like that. So that's new for 24 model year, and you'll also notice we have this available retractable step. So this step you can kind of push up, you're ready to get in your bed, you want to kick this down, gives you access here. There also right here, there's an indent into to hold your hand, so you can grab this right here, step here, brace yourself here, and go into the bed to grab what you need. So new for 24 model year, the Pro Access tailgate.
Awesome. So yeah, from my understanding, you guys have been listening to customers and some of their pain points.
Right.
And it seems like every manufacturer now has their own fancy special tailgate trick. But I think this one seems like it's going to be the best for towing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's one, like you said, is F-150 customers tow a lot. So it was very, very important for us to have a tailgate that interacted with towing. But the other kind of pain point that you mentioned, and like I said, I can't bring it down here because we're connected to a trailer, but normally this tailgate comes all the way down. And you're trying to reach here, your tailgate's blocking you here, it's tough to reach. You can't really reach into that bed, so you kind of got to hop up on the side, lift over. So with this swing gate right here, it gives you about an extra 19 inches of reach here. So you get right up here and you can really reach further back. So not only is it the pain point of connected to a trailer, but just that reach in general really allows you to extend into the bed of the truck.
That's awesome. And is this tailgate available on every model or only certain models?
Yeah, only certain series. So the Pro Access tailgate comes available on Lariat. So if you add the bed utility package on a Lariat, you can get the Pro Access tailgate. It's standard on your Tremor 402A, and it's also standard on King Ranch and Platinum.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there one more favorite feature you could talk about with the Tremor?
Well, okay, with the Tremor, let's see. I mean, well, we talked a lot about the kind of off-road stuff up front, but I'll kind of hit on it a little bit. First is it has 33-inch tires, so you have bigger tires for off-roading. It's actually also lifted an inch higher for additional ground clearance than a normal F-150, so it has more clearance there as well. And then just one other one, and it's not specific to the Tremor, but I do love to talk about it, is on F-150 and 24 model year, the touchscreen. So the 12-inch touchscreen you see on this truck, it's standard across all the F-150 lineup. So whether it's an XL all the way up to a Platinum Plus or a Raptor, you have those 12-inch touchscreens. It's also the 12-inch productivity screen as well. And we also have on Tremor on the 402A is heads-up display. So heads-up display comes in as you're driving, kind of brings that pertinent information into your line of sight. And you know, Tremor, it's an off-road truck. So there's an off-road mode that you can flip to. There's also a towing mode that can bring up information. So there's different kind of modes for your heads-up display. So lots of awesome stuff with Tremor. You can see kind of this interior I mentioned. You have your orange stitching in here.
Oh yeah, that orange color comes right through the cab, including some Tremor detailing on the seats. That's pretty cool. All right, well, awesome. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to drive this thing off-road. I heard we're going to do some pretty gnarly off-roading tomorrow.
Get to take it on the trails tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
So that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Now, I want you to go down in the comments because I wanna hear what you guys think. Do you think Ford are gonna hit their target of 20% total hybrid sales? And what do you think of that Pro Access tailgate? I'm really curious what your thoughts are. Now make sure while you're down there, hit like, hit subscribe, join, become a member of our Truck King YouTube channel, and make sure you come back tomorrow because we're gonna have some more fun in this guy. See ya.